Welcome to another tale in this series of HeroQuest adventures by the Crown of Command, written and narrated by Owen Staten. Quest 8, The Fire Mage. The orcs of the Black Mountains have been using fire magic in their raids. Malachar, the Fire Mage, is thought to be responsible for helping them. No fire magic can harm Malachar, and the Emperor's wizards are unable to counter his spells. You have therefore been chosen to enter his lair, deep beneath the Black Fire Crag. The Emperor will reward each hero with 100 gold coins for the destruction of the Fire Mage. In the shadowed heart of the Empire, where ancient evils stir beneath cursed stone, 4 heroes ventured into the lair of Malachar, the Fire Mage, a sorcerer whose fiery wrath threatened to engulf the realm in chaos. Torvald, a barbarian of unyielding might, led the charge, his broadsword gleaming with ancestral runes. Beside him strode Durgan, a dwarf whose battle-axe thirsted for the blood of his ancient foes. Leora, an elf of ethereal grace, wielded her crossbow with deadly precision, her eyes sharp as starlight. And Zephyr, a wizard cloaked in shimmering robes, wove spells that bent the very threads of fate. Together, they sought the Wand of Recall, a relic said to bind the Fire Mage's power and to end his tyranny forever. The heroes descended into the dungeon. Its air thick with the stench of decay. In a crumbling antechamber, they uncovered 10 gold pieces glinting amid the dust, a meager prize for the perils ahead. As they rounded a rotting bed, a lone zombie shambled forth, its hollow moan echoing. Leora's crossbow sang, a bolt piercing the creature's skull, felling it in an instant. Durgan, ever vigilant, halted the party before a yawning pit trap near a doorway, its spiked depths promising death. With a grunt, he marked the hazard, and the heroes pressed on. Leora, light as a whisper, opened the next door, revealing a grim tableau. 4 skeleton warriors, their bones clattering, stood guard before Malachar himself. The Fire Mage's eyes blazed like twin infernos, his hands weaving a spell of dread. Torvald roared, his broadsword cleaving through the skeletons in a whirlwind of steel, while Durgan's axe shattered their brittle forms. Zephyr, sensing the arcane tide, countered Malachar's incantation, summoning a spectral genie that struck the mage, drawing 2 crimson wounds. Enraged, Malachar unleashed a ball of flame, a searing orb hurtling towards Zephyr. The wizard, blessed by fortune's grace, raised his staff, deflecting the spell with 2 masterful shield wards, the flames dissipating into harmless sparks. Yet the Fire Mage, cunning and cornered, invoked an ethereal veil, passing through the chamber's wall like a wraith, leaving only mocking laughter behind. The heroes, undeterred, searched the room, finding a small cache of gold, scant reward for their brush with doom. Torvald led the way, his blade dispatching a shambling zombie with a single thunderous strike. In a forgotten alcove, Leora's keen eyes spotted a small wooden box, its lid yielding jewels that sparkled like captured starlight. But the dungeon's treachery persisted. As they navigated a labyrinth of narrow, lightless chambers, Torvald's mighty frame triggered a pit trap, then another, their spiked maws snapping shut. Bruised but unbroken, the barbarian climbed free, and the party retraced their steps, uncovering 25 gold crowns amid tattered rags, a fleeting boon amongst the gloom. Guided by Durgan's unerring instincts, the heroes pressed deeper into the dungeon's labyrinthine depths, the air growing heavy with the weight of ancient sorcery. The secret passages, carved by forgotten dwarven hands, led them to the pulsing heart of Malachar's lair. But danger lurked in the shadows. A Femir, its scales glinting with malevolent intent, lunged from the darkness, its jagged claws aimed at Leora's throat. The elf, as swift as a shadow, evaded its blows, her crossbow singing a deadly hymn. A single bolt, guided by elven precision, pierced the beast's skull, felling it before Torvald and Durgan could reach her. At the fore, Torvald encountered a lone skeleton, its hollow sockets gleaming with unholy light. With a bellow that shook the stones, he struck, his broadsword sundering the undead in a single shattering blow. The path clear, Zephyr wove a spell of rock skin, encasing Durgan in a shimmering aura of stone-like resilience. With a mighty heave, Durgan flung open the central chamber's door, revealing a scene of dread majesty. Two mummies, their bandages trailing like shrouds of death, flanked Malachar, the fire mage, who stood at an arcane table, pulsing with eldritch power. But Torvald, a tempest of steel and fury, gave no quarter. He charged, his broadsword a blur of runic wrath, and struck Malachar down in a single cataclysmic blow. The mage's scream echoed as he crumpled, his fire snuffed out forever. The mummies, enraged by their master's fall, turned their hollow wrath upon Leora. Their cursed fist struck true, drawing two grievous wounds that staggered the elf. Yet her comrades rallied. Durgan's axe hewed through desecrated flesh. Zephyr's spell wove barriers of light, and Torvald, roaring defiance, delivered the final blow, his blade shattering the mummies into dust. Leora, bloodied but unbowed, stood tall, her resolve unbroken. The chamber, though rich in arcane aura, yielded no treasure. A bitter jest from the dungeon's cruel heart. Undaunted, Durgan led the party south, his dwarven senses tingling with the scent of an ancient foe. In a filth-strewn lair they found orcs, hulking brutes whose guttural war cries filled the air. Durgan's axe sang a song of vengeance, cleaving through their ranks with relentless fury, while Torvald's blade reaped a grim harvest in an adjacent chamber. The companions fought as one, their unity a bulwark against the tide of green-skinned savagery. In a final, uncharted chamber, a lone orc stood sentinel before a treasure chest, its iron bands gleaming with promise. Leora, ever cunning, invoked a spell of stone passage, her form phasing through solid rock to flank the beast. The orc, caught unawares, fell swiftly to Torvald's broadsword and Durgan's axe, its defiance crumbling like ash. Within the chest lay their prize, the wand of recall, a sceptre of ivory and gold, pulsing with the power to bind Malachar's legacy. With relic in hand, the heroes ascended the dungeon's winding stairs, their hearts alight with triumph. Emerging into the dawn's pale light, the heroes bore the wand of recall to the Emperor's court, their tale of valor echoing through the marble halls. Malachar, the scourge of the Empire, was no more, his fiery ambitions quenched by the unyielding courage of Torvald, Durgan, Leora, and Zephyr. The Emperor, his eyes gleaming with gratitude, hailed them as legends, their names etched into the annals of the realm. Yet even as they stood in glory, the heroes knew the shadows of the world held new threats, and their saga was far from over. Hello my friends. My name is Owen, and I do a lot of the voiceovers for these Crown of Command videos, including this one. If you enjoy what I do, why not follow my podcast, Time Between Times, which tells myths, legends, and ghost stories from all around the world? Or you could buy me a coffee at ko-fi.com/Owen Staten, or become a Patreon at patreon.com/Owen Staten 7. I'm also available for any voiceover work you might want doing. Go to welshstoryteller.com and get in touch. Diolch ffrindiau. Hwyl fawr.